Test 1 2 1 2. Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the Milwaukee wireless dust control adapter and remote kit. The package looks like this. This contains both the control and the outlet. This is a relatively new product from Milwaukee. Not a lot of buzz about this, but I'm really excited about this for shop use. And it was actually oddly more difficult to find than what I was expecting. Ended up ordering this online. Not available in stores anywhere, much to my disappointment. So if we look at this, the other spec that I could not find anywhere online was what is the amperage rating of a dust vac that you can use with this. And so according to the packaging here, it is saying 15 amps on the package, but the controller here is saying we're at 12 amps. So maybe I jumped the gun there and got the cart before the horse. So what this kit is for, plug your vacuum in here, and then you've got a control that you can use to remotely control your vacuum. Very simple idea. Now let's open up the package here and see how this all works out. First issue I have is this kind of packaging. Nobody has ever walked around saying, man, I really love blister packs, but at least so far this isn't too bad to work with. And then buried right down here in the corner is our user manual. All right, so what do we got here? We've got our outlet. This is a US style 110, 120 volt, whatever you want to call it, outlet. We've got a link here to be able to link it to our band or bracelet. So in theory, this can either be clipped to your belt right here or clipped to something, or you could put it around perhaps a wrist like this and wear it kind of like a watch. And I will say if you're going to do that, there is a set screw back here you can remove to remove the belt clip. I think that's my intention how I'm going to wear it. You also may want to wrap this around the end of a vacuum hose. So your options are going to be so you can have quite a few options. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And then the first order of business is going to be to try and link these together. As I press the button, if you can see, there's a little red LED that blinks, but it's going nowhere. So I'm going to have to press the link button on here for a couple of seconds and the link button on here for a couple of seconds. And they're both going to flash and go off. And now we should be good. Click, and off. Click, and back off. I can hear the positive click from the relay on there, and back off. So now we're good, and we have the bracelet. Now I'm going to go set this up with my dust collector. All right, so now I've got the system plugged in, which is right there into the wall. And then you can see my dust collector up here. Down here is a dust deputy cyclone. And yes, there's an air compressor kind of tucked in back there. But now from anywhere in my shop, right now I've got it on just like a wristwatch. All I have to do So now it's just that simple for me to turn on and off my dust collector. This won't open and close any blast gates, but it will activate the dust collector. Now obviously the other real secret here, let me pan up here, for this to work I have to keep the switch on my dust collector right there in the on position so that the moment power gets through the Milwaukee adapter, it's able to turn on. Kind of like a fancy watch, if you will, but it's actually functional in this case. All right, so now with the bracelet back on the workbench, let's get out a number 0 Phillips screwdriver and remove the battery cover on this and see what kind of battery is hidden away back here. Because this is not a rechargeable, and nor is this any of their other micro lithium or whatever it is products. This is just going to be a button cell battery. And it looks like this is a 2032 battery. I very much appreciate that. That's nice to have something common with like other garage door openers and other button cell batteries. go ahead and pop that out. We'll put it right back in. And then to me, the next test is going to be, after I close this up here, will I have to resynchronize this with the dust collector? All right, moment of truth. Hopefully you heard that, and yes, it does work. I did remove the clip earlier to make it a little bit easier on my wrist. Would be nice if this actually came in a wristband or something else a little more user-friendly. I might take this down to like a watch store or something to see if they've got something that could be used on this with like a sport watch band or something. Don't know if there will be anything successful with that, but just something I'm kind of curious about. On this side here, if you're wondering, yep, that opens up right there. So now we have this, and you could stitch this into anything else you want. I'm hopeful I can find a watch band or something that might work with, especially with these larger so-called smart watches these days, that maybe I can find something. Let's take a measurement here, in case you're wondering. The gap that it has to span is about 2 7/8. And then the width of each of these end railings, give or take, we're looking at also about 7/8 of an inch, give or take. And then on the diameter of it, we're looking at, call it a 1/2 inch on that height there. So in terms of what you would need to be able to span that and make that work, I think I'm going to take this into a watch store and see if I can find something to make that work. I'll let you know if I find anything that works. But for now, I think the other question that is the elephant in the room is, why did I buy that when something like this already exists? This is a Fosom, if you will. Plugs in, obviously. This has an extra little pigtail to it that the Milwaukee doesn't. And this one here has a really large remote control that you could put on the end of a lanyard and wear around your neck or something similar. I just really like that the Milwaukee was compact on the wall, was able to bypass this. In theory, it should be higher quality than what this Fosom is. This is in theory rated for 15 amps. And then this system is either 11 or 15, depending upon which bit of the packaging you believe. I'll go with what's on the back of the outlet part for 15 amps and trust that over the packaging, since that's at the point of usage, and go with 11 amps. So as long as you're under that 11 amps, this should be fine. You know, this would probably work too, but I also thought in my case now that this would be just a little less tidy than what I would like for that. So that's why I went with the Milwaukee, something new, something interesting for the shop. So I'm curious if you've got one of these, if you like it, dislike it, or have any other updates on it, love to hear about it. Also, the other unique little feature on this is you can start adding multiple little receivers like this. So if you want 2 or 3 of these, if you want to have one on a wristband, put one on your table saw, or do something else, you can have multiples of these synced to that same master control unit for around your shop or job site. So with that, questions or comments, put it down below. Like videos like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button right down there. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day. Bye.